Hi everyone, come with us on our flying visit to Europe. 3 days in London, 3 days in Paris, and 3 days in the plane. This video will only be London because it's just too long to have Paris in the same time. Paris is in part 2, so remember to click on that video as well. Since the flight is so long, we flew Emirates business class to London. This is really putting into action the saying, the journey is the destination. Our stopover is in Dubai, so we went to the Dubai Mall to have a look at the huge aquarium and the light show at the water fountains. Isn't that music familiar? I will do another video on the business class flight. You will see it's worth it. After a good sleep on board, we're in London. We arrived on Saturday, which was wonderful because it was very lively and everything is open. Emirates business class got us a chauffeur who drove us to our hotel apartment in Knightsbridge, just behind the famous Harrods. This is a department store where you can get anything, even an airplane, or so they say. For us, it's the food hall which is the main attraction. The first stop is the chocolate hall. You can get all kinds of chocolate of all shapes and sizes. And different colors as well. They even have slabs of chocolate. I love London. Now we're going to the market hall where you can get all kinds of food, including raw meat. Look at these cuts. Makes me feel like wanting to cook them all. There are different types of cuisine at different counters, including Middle Eastern. I had this bread on the Emirates flight, which is called a za'atar, I think.
This is the one. This is the one.
As Chinese food, look at that, spring rolls. Italian food, pastas galore. It's just so amazing. I think if I have lunch every day here for 365 days, I wouldn't eat the same thing twice. And look at these boxes of salads, so good. And of course, the bakery. Love it. Guess what fruit they have? Oh yes, let's not forget, Harrods is a department store. There are quite a few floors here that you can wander around and marvel at the engraved walls. Very Egyptian. Upstairs, they even had a classic car exhibition. Look at that. This is their elevator. Talk about steampunk. This year is Harrods' 175th birthday, so you can buy a teddy bear. Heading off to our apartment now, just across the road. This is the back of Harrods. Look at all the black cabs lining up. We're off to Chinatown to look for lunch. There are buskers everywhere. Gives a great ambience to the place. Got off the tube at Piccadilly Circus. That's where Chinatown is, somewhere between Piccadilly Circus and Leicester Square tube stations. We're at Chinatown Gate now. I can tell food is closed. Here's a popular busker. Thanks, Bon Jovi. Decided to have Chinese at Gerard's Corner. We had the steamed fish and oyster omelette, which were both very nice. After lunch, we had to stop by at a Chinese bakery, which is called the Chinatown Bakery. There was a queue there, so it must be good. I got us the cocktail bun or kai mei pao, which is bun filled with butter, desiccated coconut and sugar. Absolutely delicious. Right next to Chinatown is Leicester Square. The famous Swiss clock is still there. Look at that. It was here when I was studying in London many years ago. And more buskers. Wow, you can really spend the whole day here.
Okay, we can go back now.
Next morning, we went by underground tube to Covent Garden. I love this station. It's got all these signs made with tiles. Covent Garden is a popular tourist spot where you have to go to. It has lots of food places, shops, art, and lots of buskers. There are different sections there which are called markets. Like this one is called Apple Market, but you don't get apples there.
Is a ticket to a West End show. Yeah, my West End show.
It's time for lunch now, and since it's Sunday, we decided to have Sunday roast at a restaurant called Pivot. We're having a traditional British lunch, which is roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. Pigs in blanket, which is a bacon wrapped sausage. Not very healthy, huh? Bacon and sausage. After lunch, we walked over to the Royal Opera House. We wanted to go to their terrace bar where you can overlook the whole Covent Garden. But they had an event happening, so the terrace was closed. It was very entertaining with a steel drum band playing Eye of the Tiger. They had a decoupage exhibition which showed the opera house over the years. That was nice. Now for dessert. There's a shop nearby selling maritozzos, which is an Italian dessert. It is a bun filled with cream and pistachio sauce and topping. You can have all kinds of toppings, but I wanted the pistachios. It's £7 for this bun, but it was very nice.
Oh my god, look at that. So messy. Oh my god.
Wow, delicious. Really good. After dessert, walk around and shopping. We went to this section called the Jubilee Market. They have all kinds of souvenirs, old cameras and artwork. I bought some felt art from this artist who originally came from Tasmania in Australia. Can you believe that? On the way home, we stopped by at Sloane Street at Knightsbridge, which is a whole street of high-end luxury goods. Sightseeing only. Before going back to the apartment, we stopped by at Harrods food hall again. You won't believe this, but we bought prawns for breakfast tomorrow. These prawns are U5, which means they're under 5 pieces in 1 kilo. That evening, we went to visit a friend in Hammersmith and we had a bit of sightseeing from the Uber. This is the British Natural History Museum and a bunch of nice buildings along the way. It was a nice drive around. Thanks, Mr. Uber. Next morning, I'm cooking the prawns with butter. The kitchen is not very well equipped, but sufficient, as in it's got a frying pan. I couldn't find the salt or pepper or anything, but never mind, that will do. All you need is half a block of butter, slowly rendered. Then, after that, when it's all melted, you put in your prawns, which I've washed earlier. Just slowly let it cook. There you are, barely fitting the frying pan. This is the beauty of having an apartment, because you can cook. The prawns are so expensive, I even cooked the head.
This is going to be our breakfast.
The prawns is £30 each.
It's like any ordinary prawn. Just that this is jumbo. The
Tastes
taste
like
is
prawn.
Taste is this, yeah. It still tastes like prawn.
It's very nice. In fact, I think it's better than lobster.
Lobster is cheaper than
Better than lobster. Lobster is cheaper. Okay.
I think so.
Now that I finished the prawns, okay, my verdict is it's very nice, very firm, very fresh. Even though I didn't have salt or pepper, it's still very nice. The salted butter, I think, did the trick. Look at that. Only in London. Oh wait, actually, also in Paris. You just have to watch my Paris video. back to Chinatown to walk around and look for lunch. Found a Japanese restaurant called Hayaki. I broke my rule about not going into an empty restaurant, but I'm glad I did because the food was good. They had the best dragon roll ever with nice crunchy bits on top. Their bar looks so good. After lunch, we walked around Chinatown, which spreads out over a very large area.
I used to come here, Kowloon. Kowloon buffet. Kowloon.
It's so amazing. I came across a restaurant where I used to go to when I was studying in London about 40 years ago. I can't believe it's still here. And it still has the same name. It didn't used to be a buffet. It just used to be Kowloon restaurant. And we eat all our char siu fan. And then we go next door and go to the Kowloon bakery and buy our kai mei bao. Here. Open, cash only. You want? Open, mind your head. Oh, mind your head. Kai mei bao. Có lò bao kai mei bao. Oh, Kowloon bakery. That evening, we met up with our friend who is going to Paris with us at this Italian restaurant called Signor Sassi. From the photos on the wall, it looks like a lot of famous people go there too. We had the octopus for starter, ravioli, a lobster spaghetti, and steak, and a panna cotta for dessert. After dinner, we had drinks at a pub with fries and sweet potato fries. Next morning, we're off to Paris from the St. Pancras International train station. Booked on the Eurostar, and we heard that we should buy our food at the station because the food on board is expensive and you don't get much choice. There are two cafes you can buy from, the Pret-a-Manger and the Station Pantry. We bought from both shops, but I feel that the Pret-a-Manger had more choices. Sorry about the pronunciation. There's so much to choose from. As usual, we bought too much. There is a currency exchange booth, but don't change there. The rates are terrible. Made it to the train. This is a cabin. You can put your small bags overhead, and there's a place you can put your big bags in front, but it's quite limited, so travel light. Here's our food, just for lunch, for 2 people. I feel 3 days in London is 1 day too short. Just need 1 more day to get over the jet lag. The Eurostar will go under the sea, crossing the English Channel to France. It's pretty quick, so you can sit back and relax. It takes about 2 hours, and the next thing you know, you're in France. We did the passport border crossing in London, so there's no queue in the French train station. Even the announcements are in French. Getting off the train is pretty smooth and easy. The only problem was getting a taxi at the train station. My advice, don't. We nearly got scammed by a taxi driver in Paris, but that's another story. I hope you enjoyed this quick spin around London. Join us in Paris in the next video. We'll be going to Paris Disneyland.